guys, welcome to my channel Kel Stitches, and this is the first day of Flossmas for 2024, and it is Sunday the 1st of December, and we are here for my Flossmas, which will be for every day of December up until Christmas Day. So if you are new here, my Flossmas can get a little crazy and a little hectic. We do have cameo appearances from my son on the odd occasion, who dresses up and just gets into all types of mischief while I am filming my Flossmases. He often comes in and steals the goodies that I get out of my advents. And sometimes he will actually do the video for the day, which is kind of hilarious because most of the time he has no idea what he's talking about. But whether he actually makes an appearance today is another issue, is another story, because he is currently outside with his father feeding up all the animals, all the horses and chickens and all that sort of stuff. So he may not actually make an appearance today. But this is Flossmas number 1, and let's just get straight into it. If you haven't been here before, this is where I open my advents. So this year I have a hot chocolate advent from Yawn Brew Company. We have the Silks for You Christmas, which is 12 days of Christmas. This one will not be opened or be getting opened until the 14th. We have Iota's cross stitch advent, and I have a 25 days of fairy floss from a Australian company called Lulubelle, I think they call themselves. Can't quite remember what they, let me just grab this. LB Sweets, Lila Bell Sweets, that's what it is. So that's from an Australian company. I do have one more advent to arrive, and that is from Sharon, Fun with Cross Stitch, here on YouTube. It is a 12 days of Christmas one as well. So what I will be doing with it this year is opening one every second day. I do know that she hopefully posted them on Friday. And she's in Queensland, so it should only take a couple of days to get to me. Once I receive it, I will start to open one every second day until Christmas Day, unless of course I need to open a couple back to back just to catch up. But that is what we will be doing. And I will also show you what I have stitched on for the previous day. But I haven't got any stitching to show you today, unfortunately, because I worked a double shift last night and I have not yet got around to doing any stitching tonight. I am hoping that I will get some stitches into my In the Woods series, even if it's just a couple of hundred. So hopefully I will get some stitches into that and I can show you on my Flossmas tomorrow. And then we will pull tomorrow we will pull another project out of my bag of cards that have all my projects on it. We will pull one out and that will be the one I'll work on. Alright, so let's just get straight into this. Sorry about the bird. We do have quite a bit of wildlife around here. So you may hear some bird noises. You also may hear the horses nicker out and whinny and carry on because they are in the process of being fed. And they do get kind of excited. So as soon as they see you coming with their hay or with their hard feed, they call out to you because they're just excited to get fed. So you may hear those in the background as well. Hopefully they're not too distracting. My pussycat is there on the back veranda somewhere. He's just being fed his biscuits. He'll probably go and have a sleep. So maybe I might grab the camera and just go over there and take a little shot of him here later, but we will see. Alright, so let's just jump straight into this. Flossmas 2024, here we come. I will open this one first because it needs to be brewed. So what I'll do is I'll open it, see what flavour we have, and I will go and brew it, and then I'll pause the video, of course. I'll go and brew it, and then I'll come back and we can open all the others. So number one is this one here, and it is, so that is, can't see it, bloody ring lights in the road. All right, maybe yawn. So they're all in these little pouches. Now they are made with real chocolate flakes. So it says on the back here, hey, how are you brewing? This drinking chocolate is made with real chocolate flakes. So you mix 1 sachet with 250 mils of milk. And yeah, so I do have a milk frother, so I'll just dump it in with the milk, turn it on, let it brew, and then see how we go. And what is this one? Does it actually say the flavour of it on here? I don't think it actually says the flavour on here. Might have to. Let me just see. I know they say the flavours on the back, and I don't want to actually peek and get any spoilers, but I am going to have to just... Okay, so the first one is salted caramel. Does not say it anywhere on there. Alright, so guys, what I am going to do is I'm going to pause the video, go and brew this, and I'll be straight back. Alright, I am back. I took the opportunity to throw dinner on as well. So, I have brewed my hot chocolate. It's meant to be salted caramel. There was quite a few chocolate flakes in there, so I actually had to put it on twice in the milk frother just to make sure that it was all melted. And I probably could have put a little bit more milk in because this is a really big cup. But this is one of the cups that my daughter bought me last year for Christmas, because after watching my Flossmas last year, she noticed that my other one, my teacup, was cracking in the handle. So she bought me a full set of a cup and a teapot matching, and she bought this one to go with it, just in case I didn't want a whole pot of tea if I just wanted a cup. But this cup is freaking massive. So I'm not going to show you the colour because it is just a normal hot chocolate colour. But let me try it and see. Hopefully it's not too hot and I won't spit it everywhere. Oh, yummy. So last year I had T2 calendar. So I don't drink coffee and I don't drink soft drink. I do drink alcohol, beer, not beer, ugh, don't like beer or wine. Vodka, gin or rum, anything, whatever's got that in it, that's my go-to. But I didn't think that a alcoholic Advent was very appropriate for Flossmas, because I don't know if kids watch this. I can't be actually encouraging them to drink alcohol. But I have bought Contro and tequila to make margaritas this year. I am making watermelon margaritas and passion fruit margaritas. So I'll watch out on Christmas Day. If you can remember my Flossmas from Christmas Day last year, I was a little bit tipsy, not that you would have known it. I'd had quite a few vodkas and I'd got into the rumble liqueur. So let's see if we get a storm this Christmas and we have to run out and act like lunatics and throw the hail protecting cover on our daughter's car. We actually have another storm building up. You might hear a bit of rumbling in the background. It is going around us, so, but this is really nice. You can actually taste the salted caramel in it, so that is amazing. And I've already started looking for advents for next year. Something different again. Although I think I'm running out of hot drink advents. I have actually seen on Etsy a herbal tea advent, so I might actually try that because I really do like my herbal teas. Well, let's just leave that there. Hopefully I don't knock it over. Alright, so I will move this one out the road. What I'll do is we'll also hang this up. These are the little ornaments that I made last year. Last year I put them on my tiny little tree here, and 25 of these ornaments on the tree was kind of overkill, and it looked hilarious, but still. This year I'm going to be hanging them up here. I didn't actually think of that until I started to set up for my Flossmas, and I thought I need some ribbon. So tomorrow I have to go into town for a few things, so I will pick up some Christmas ribbon and hang along there, and we can just clip these onto the ribbon. I don't know if I'll just go across or if I'll just do some like hanging down and just hang them off like that. So, but that is number one. So I will hang this up. Don't mind my fat ass in your view. But for today, I will just hang it up there. And that's the way. And I do have a couple of my old finishes just hanging up behind me. When I first started to set up the sun, because it's still daylight here and it's like nearly 7 o'clock at night. Sorry, that's the oven for dinner. It's nearly 7 o'clock and it's still daylight. And the sun was coming through there and you couldn't see me for anything. I was just completely washed out with the light. So I decided to hang a couple of my finishes up there. Alright, do I do my fairy floss next and leave my cross stitch box till last? I think that's what I might do. So I'll move that one out of the road. I might actually move that one out of the road too, because this is a big ass box and I can see me knocking everything over. Put me hot chocky over there because I can see that being knocked over as well. So 25 days of fairy floss. See, I told the partner I should have undone this earlier when I was getting them out of the post packages. I wanted to cut this open so it was easy, and he said, no, you've got to leave it until you do your Flossmas. See, she told me. Yeah. Alright, let me open this bad boy up. And let's see. Ooh. So there are all our flavours. You can already see the colours, but the numbers. Let's see. Number one. Pull that out. I'll shut this back up. Now, I don't think I'm going to eat all this, so I will leave some for Elfikins. That is what we nicknamed the son last year, because he got into so much mischief. It was kind of hilarious. Kind of not. I did lose a few viewers over it, but oh well, that shit happens, doesn't it? But it was very funny. He definitely brought something different to Flossmas, that is for sure. Alright, so what flavour do we have? Number one, lemonade flavour. So I have to position this ring light differently tomorrow. Yeah, let's open it. Open it and have a go. My daughter actually joined in on Flossmas last year too. The last couple of days, I think it was, of Flossmas. She joined in. And the pair of them together, you thought one was bad, but having the second one here just to encourage each other to do more and more stupid things. Oh my God. Oh, that is so good. Sugar rush, but it's so, so good. It definitely tastes like lemonade. So, fairy floss, or what do the rest of you in the world call it? Candy something. Cotton candy. I knew it had candy in it. Cotton candy. Oh my God. Let me just shove this whole thing in. Oh, so good. Melts like, Although it's just stuck my teeth together because it's just sugar. Okay. There was no way that I would eat that whole. Once upon a time I would have. Because I'm very, very much a sweetaholic. There we go. They must be coming back over with some hay, I would be guessing, because the girls are now nickering out. We did bring the two mares home from agistment. I actually forgot to talk about that on my floss tube. Wasn't that a fun experience? We had to walk them about 2 kilometres from the agistment property down the road to our property. They were so unsettled. I don't know what they were doing to them up there. They've been so unsettled for so long. I used to be able to walk up to either of them and just catch them, wrap my arms around them, give them a hug, give them a pat, but it's been quite a while now that they'd run away from me and I'd have to chase them around for half an hour or more before I could actually catch them, and just to check them over, just to make sure that they were all fine. So we caught them and walked them home. I had the old mare who was 24. You would think that at 24 she wouldn't be like a freaking steam train pulling me down the road, but she was. She was pacing it, man, and I felt like I was grass skiing because I had her on the halter and I'm pulling back on the halter like this, putting all my weight back, trying to hold her back, and I'm like digging the heels in, and I was nearly grass skiing. And the partner had the other younger mare who's still like 17, 18, 17 I think she is. Oh, she was crazy. She was so stirred up, and she is the lead. She's the boss mare, so but she was so stirred up. Thank God he had her, because I don't know if I could have held on to her, whereas the old girl was actually partly listening to me, but she was on a mission. She was like, let's go, we're heading. But we got them home and they're all happy. They've settled in quite nicely, settled in a lot better than what we thought they would. It was a little bit rainy and drizzly when we brought them home, and they were running around like lunatics, churning up the ground, and I'm like, oh my God, please stop. Like, you're going to churn all your feet up. But they settled down after a while. And the mares have been here before, so that's no biggie. They know the property. They know the other horses that are on this property. So yeah, they've settled in very, very well. And to look at our horses, you would think that we had a colour profile. We've got 3 chestnuts and 3 bays. Well, 2 of them are actually dark buckskins, but they look like dark bay brown horses. 3 chestnuts, 3 bays, and it's quite funny. And the 2 stallions are painted in those colours. We've got 1 paint chestnut and 1 paint dark buckskin. I'll actually put in a photo of my chestnut boy that I took when he was in the yards. He's gorgeous. They're both gorgeous. Oh, hang on. They're all gorgeous. What am I talking about? So, anyway, yeah, they're home. They're good. They're all settled in. All right, so that is the Fairy Floss lemonade. Definitely taste the lemonade. Definitely taste salted caramel in my hot chocolate. Now, let's open my Ye Otu's cross-stitch box. Now, it is packaged in this nice, so this is actually a hard plastic box, and you open it up and it is packaged like that. Now, I'll sit this down because everything's going to fall out otherwise. Open this up and it says, "Thank you for your order. We hope you enjoy the advent calendar." So it just gives you tips on how to cross stitch, even weave. So I don't know if it includes even weave in that. Stitching with silks, stitching with sequins, shop and social media, and copyright. Please do not share photos of the patterns on social media, which of course none of us will do anyway. But freaking ring light. There we go. So that's the little note that came in it. Once you open it up, oops, it is set out just like that. Oops. See, told you everything's going to fall out. So it's set out with your little packages. So let me open number one, which is this one here, and we will see what we've got, because I think there is meant to be, in some of the days, there is a little pattern to be able to stitch it. So what have we got in here? Oh, look at this. So that's what it is. So it's got some needles in there. I don't know if you can see it. I feel like I'm too far away. Where's the lid? There's the lid. I'm going to knock some over there in a minute. No. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So it has some needles in it. It has a bit of like that felty stuff, I'd say, to keep your needles sharp. And it's got a couple of little Christmas bells and a couple of little beads in it. So I'm wondering if they're going to be required for one of the projects. So that is the first day of Ye Otu's X-Stitch advent calendar. So I'm just going to pop that back in there. I'll get rid of the number one box. I'll pop everything back in the box so it's all together. So once we get a pattern and the floss and that for it, I will attempt to stitch it. So we can see it either on the next Flossmas or in a couple of days Flossmas. So I'm quite happy with that. This was a last minute buy, this cross stitch, this advent actually, because I only had the Silks for You and Sharon's box, and I was like, what else can I get? I know I got one off Etsy from an Australian company last year. It was very beginnerish. It was a lot of small little sort of funny things, like nothing too exciting, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the cat, hang on, is up here I'm going to move you. Now he's getting down. We're just going to walk over here. Oops, sorry. Hello. Pussycat. Puss, puss. Puss, puss. Can you see him down there? There he is. Pussycat. Hello, puss, puss. Oh, meow. Puss, puss. There he is. He's a pussycat. Hey, he's a pussycat. Are we even getting you in camera? Hey, hello, puss, puss. So that's our cat, who is meant to be a barn cat, but he's not a barn cat anymore. He has graduated from being a barn cat to living on the back veranda. And yeah, so now he's there. He lives on the back veranda, eats, sleeps, and yowls at us every now and then to feed him again. I am trying to encourage the partner to let him inside, but that's a no-go at the moment. And I don't know how he would go inside because he has been a barn cat for the 4 years that we have had him. He was a stray and he just turned up one day. And what happened was he turned up, we could hear him yelling. He was very standoffish, but he would talk to you. He would meow and meow and meow. And it got to a point where he came up under the house, because our house is up on stilts. Not stilts, but up off the ground. And he'd come up under the house. And the partner would talk to him. And he'd meow at the partner. And it got to the point where he would follow the partner's voice. Wherever the partner went in the house, the cat would follow him under the house. And then it got to a point where the partner was the only one that he would come to. I don't know how long he'd been a stray cat for, but the partner was the only one that he'd come to. Then he eventually got used to me and came to me. He was very scared of the sun for a while, so I wonder if he came from a family that had kids that used to pick on him, and you know, like, kids can be right little assholes at times to animals, but now the sun actually absolutely has him wrapped around his little finger. They are best mates. This cat gets him to carry him around the paddock because he won't walk from here to there and back. That's quite funny. But yeah, now he's graduated. He's come from over at the barn, where he's meant to be keeping the mice out of the hay, over to living on the back veranda. So I don't know how he would actually go being inside. I think once he got used to it, I think he'd be fine. But he is still very skittish and standoffish with strangers. So, but yeah, he's lovely. He just sleeps on the back veranda, and yeah. So guys, that is everything. That is my first Flossmas. Elfikins did not make an appearance, unfortunately. Next time, maybe. I think he was slightly disappointed that his father got him out to feed up the animals as I was starting to record this, so he was slightly disappointed. But I have left him some fairy floss, so he'll be happy with that, I think. Alright guys, so that is Flossmas number 1 all done and dusted for the year. I will finish off and get around to editing both videos and getting them uploaded, so then I can sit down and do some stitching. So yeah guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all again tomorrow for number 2. Bye bye.